Welcome all. In this lecture, we will see the voltage limiter circuit, which is one of the application of op-amp comparator circuit, where output voltage will be limited by some of the components that we have connected in the circuit. So let's see the circuit diagram of voltage limiter. We can see here there are two diodes D1 and D2. These are the Zener diodes, and we have connected these two diodes in the feedback network, and input signal Vn is given to the inverting input terminal through resistor R, whereas the non-inverting input terminal is connected to ground through the offset minimizing resistor. So here V1 voltage is automatically is equal to 0, and this point V2 is at virtual ground. So whatever is the V in input voltage will appear across the input resistor R. Okay, and now the output voltage, when we consider that this point which is V2, okay, we know that from the virtual ground concept, if one of the input terminal is at ground V1, then V2 is at virtual ground. It means that it will act as ground for voltage and not for current. So voltage at this point will be 0. So output voltage will get appeared across the two diodes D1 and D2. Okay. Because of V2 is at virtual ground, input voltage will appear across resistor R and output voltage will appear across the diodes D1 and D2. Let us see how this circuit will act as a voltage limiter. What is meant by the voltage limiter is when we want to limit the output voltage in one of the direction, that is either in the positive direction or in the negative direction, or we can say that in both the directions we want to control the output voltage. We don't want the op amp to goes into the saturation, and we want some desired DC output voltage. In that case we can use the voltage limiter circuit. So whatever is the required output voltage, that output voltage values, or we can connect the Zener diodes of that voltage. For example, if we want to control the output voltage to 1.2 volt, so we can use the Zener diode of 1.2 volt. So first of all, for the understanding of this voltage limiter, we should know how the PN junction diode, that is simply a silicon diode, will work, as well as how the Zener diode will work. Everyone knows that for the silicon diode will conduct, that is only a simple diode will conduct when it is in forward bias, and it doesn't conduct any kind of current, or it will exhibit the infinite resistance when diode is in reverse bias. Okay, this is for the silicon diode. Now how Zener diode will work? Zener diode, it will work as a simple diode when it is in forward bias condition. Okay, so whenever diode is in forward bias, it will work as a simple diode, and when it will be connected into the reverse bias, so at some voltage we got avalanche breakdown across the Zener diode, and it will conduct the maximum current, and it will maintain the voltage drop across it. Okay, so this is nothing but avalanche voltage of the Zener diode for which it has been designed. So in this way this will work. Okay, so with the properties of this Zener diode and diode, we are controlling the output voltage of op amp to a desired value. Let's see first that we have make the arrangement of two diodes, both are Zener diodes we have connected here in the feedback, so that what we are doing is we are controlling output voltage in the positive direction as well as into the negative direction, because one of the diode will be forward bias for either the positive half cycle or negative half cycle. We'll see with the working how this will work. So first, when we consider that input Vin is crosses 0 and it will increases in the positive direction. Okay, Vin crosses 0 and it will be increases in positive direction. What happens is first diode D1 is forward biased to this voltage, so it will conduct. Okay, but now D2 is in reverse bias. So what happens is output voltage as we have provided input to inverting, output voltage increases into the negative direction. Okay, so when input V in crosses 0 volt and increases in the positive direction, output voltage V0 increases in the negative direction. Up to which point it will increase? It will increases until the diode D1, which is in forward bias, and D2 goes into the avalanche conduction. So whenever this diode will conduct, maximum current will be flowed. So whatever is the output voltage is nothing but voltage across diode D1 plus voltage across diode D2. Okay, so output which is increasing in negative direction will increases until this diode D1 is forward bias and D2 is in avalanche breakdown. So what is output voltage is? Output voltage is voltage across D1 plus voltage across D2. What is voltage across D1 is? Simply VD1, we can represent this one as VD1, or it is 0.7 volt if we consider the silicon diode. And voltage across diode D2 is, as it is in reverse bias, this is the Zener voltage. So we are representing this one as VZ. Okay. Now after this what happens is, now whenever input signal again crosses 0 and increases into the negative direction. Okay. Now input signal crosses 0 and increases into the negative direction. Input increases in negative, output increases into the positive direction because of input is given to inverting. So that there is 180-degree phase shift between the input and output. Okay. Now output increases into the positive direction. See, output increases in positive direction. So what happens is, this output, input is negative given to inverting, output is positive. This output will make diode D2 forward bias. Okay, because which is positive voltage, positive is given to the positive terminal of diode. So now diode D2 is in forward bias and D1 is in reverse bias. So this positive output makes diode D2 forward bias and D1 reverse bias, or we can say that now this diode D1 will goes into the avalanche conduction. So what happens is, as this output increases in positive direction, it will increases in positive direction until diode D2 is in forward bias and D1 will achieve its avalanche conduction. So during that time period only output is at positive direction. So what is the output voltage? Output voltage is voltage drop across D1 and D2. What is voltage drop across D2 during negative half cycle is, this will act as simply a simple diode. So 0.07 will be the voltage drop here. When input is negative half cycle, diode D2 is forward bias, so it will have voltage drop of 0.7 and this will have the voltage drop of VZ. So what is the output amplitude is? VZ plus VD2. What we representing here, VD2 is 0.7. Similarly, here is VZ plus VD1. Whenever diode D1 is forward bias, this voltage is nothing but 0.7. So what we did here is, we have limited the output to some value, that is VZ plus VD2 or minus VZ plus VD1. In both the cases, VD2 is equal to 0.7 volt and VD1 is also is equal to 0.7 volt. In this way, we can control the output voltage amplitude, that is to which value we want to control the output voltage. Whenever we want a specific value of output voltage, we can use the voltage limiter circuit. Okay, so from this we can also see that the input terminal of the op-amp are at virtual ground. So already we have discussed about the virtual ground. So Vin will appear across R and V0 will appear across these two diodes. So output voltage waveform has been plotted according to this concept that output voltage is nothing but voltage drop across the diodes D1 and D2. So according to the input values, that is either it is in positive direction, Then we got the output which is minus Vz plus Vd1. When input is increasing in negative direction, we got output is at plus Vz plus Vd2. This is the case that we have controlled or we limit both the positive and negative output amplitudes. Okay. Somewhere there is need to limit the swing of the output voltage to a positive direction only, or vice versa we can say that is I want only output to limit in this positive direction, otherwise I want to limit output in negative direction. So we can see that how these circuits will be. Okay, so first case we consider here is when we want to limit the output voltage swing to a positive direction only. Then what we have to make the combination of, that is what we did for positive direction. We use one of the diode which is Zener diode, and this D2 will act as a simple diode. So we can go for the combination of a Zener diode and a rectifier diode. Okay. So we'll see here that the basic op-amp comparator with positive output voltage limiting circuit. Okay. So this is nothing but the another combinations that we can made when we want to limit the output in positive swing. Okay. So the same circuit we have used, only we have changed the diodes, that is D1 is again a Zener diode, only D2 which is initially a Zener diode has been replaced by a simple rectifier diode D2. So how this will limit the output which is in positive, or we want to limit the positive output voltage. Okay. So consider that initially we are providing sinusoidal input signal, same arrangement to the previous circuit, only this change will be there. Okay, that is D2 has been replaced by a rectifier diode. So that what happens is now for positive half cycle of the input signal, this diode D1 is forward bias and this diode D2 is in reverse bias. Now see here, D1 is forward bias but D2 is in reverse bias. So in reverse bias conditions, what happens is diode will not conduct any signal. So this feedback path will remains open. It does not get closed. So if this D2 is in reverse bias, there is no feedback for this op-amp. So op-amp will act as a comparator circuit, or it is in open loop configuration. So whenever op-amp is in open loop configuration, its output is either positive saturation, or we can say that its output goes into the saturation. So depending on the input value, its output will be there. Okay. For first positive half cycle, D1 conducts obviously, but D2 does not conduct. So op-amp is in open loop configuration, output goes into the saturation. Which saturation? As input is positive, output will goes into the negative saturation. Why? Because input is given to inverting input terminal. So now output is at negative saturation. We can easily find out here that, see, for first positive half cycle, output is at negative saturation minus Vsat. Now consider that input will crosses this 0 and increases into the negative direction. As input increases in negative direction, what happens? Diode D1 is in reverse bias. Input will goes to the input terminal and there is 180-degree phase shift. So output is positive. So this positive voltage will conduct diode D2, or this will make diode D2 forward bias, and because of which this will conduct, and this positive voltage will make diode D1 reverse bias so that it can conduct up to the avalanche conduction. So now feedback path will get closed. So output is at positive saturation until diode D2 is in forward bias and D1 will achieve its avalanche conduction. Getting the point? In negative half cycle, output is positive, which will make diode D2 forward bias and diode D1 will goes into the avalanche conduction. So that what happens is, now feedback path will get closed and output is nothing but voltage drop across D2 plus voltage drop across diode D1. So that what happens is, voltage drop across D2 is, we can call it one as VD2, or we can call this one as 0.7 volt also. And voltage drop across diode D1 is VZ voltage, because it will act as a Zener diode. Okay. So that what happens is, during negative half cycle, output will limited only to this value of voltage. It does not goes into the saturation. This will only shows the output, which is VD2 plus voltage drop across Zener. VZ plus VD2 is the output voltage. So what is the output voltage in positive direction? VZ plus VD2 is the output. When input is at negative half cycle, we got the positive output, and which is controlled to a value, or which is limited to a value of Vz plus Vd2, or we can say that it is Vz plus 0.7 volt. Okay, that is one of the thing that we control the output, positive output voltage swing, or positive output voltage limiting circuit. We have limited this output. It does not goes to the positive saturation. In the same way, we can do, or we can make the arrangement to control the negative output. Okay, so that only what we have to do is change here is, we have to rearrange the diodes. That is, first we have to connect the rectifier diode in this place, and then here a Zener diode, so that we can limit the negative output voltage also. In this way, only by interchanging the diodes, we can make the negative output voltage limiting also. Okay, so this is one of the thing that we did here. So another thing that if we want is, or there are many of arrangements that we can make with the voltage limiter circuit. So the till now we have seen the two types. One is we have controlled output in positive as well as negative output voltage swings, and this one is we have controlled the positive output voltage. If we rearrange the diodes, we can also control the negative output voltage. The another thing regarding to this is that we want to limit the positive output voltage, that is we have did here. The another one is, simply what we want to say here is, design a circuit with positive and negative output voltage limiting. Okay, so when we use only one Zener diode in the feedback path, what happens, that we will see here, how this will control the output. Okay, so there is the another arrangement that shows us that there what we have did is, we have only connected one Zener diode into the feedback path. All the other arrangements and components are similar to the previous two circuit diagrams. Simply what we did is, input given through resistor R to the inverting input terminal, one Zener diode is connected in the feedback path, and now we want to observe how its output will affect. Okay, so input is again given to inverting. So initially when input increases in positive direction, what happens is, it is increasing in positive direction. So diode D1 is in forward bias. Okay, diode is in forward bias. So what should be the output? Output must be negative, as it is given to the inverting input terminal. But what should be the output voltage? It is increasing in positive direction. Because of it is to the inverting input terminal, 180 degree phase shift will be there. But whether we got whatever is the input applied at the output, or what should be the amount that we got at output. We know that point V2 is at virtual ground. So input will appear across R, and output voltage is nothing but voltage appear across diode. So what should be the voltage across diode is VD voltage, or it is 0.7 volt. But because of This voltage is positive in this direction. We are finding out the output voltage across load resistor RL. So output voltage is minus VD. Okay, that is nothing but voltage across the diode. So output is minus VD voltage, or we can say that it is 0.7 volt if it is a silicon diode. Now during positive half cycle, output will be limited to the diode voltage only, rectifier diode voltage only, that is to the VD voltage. When input crosses this 0 and increases in the negative direction, input crosses, completes its first positive half cycle, crosses 0 and comes into the negative direction, increases in this direction. What happens is, when input is negative half cycle, diode D is in reverse bias. So because of this 180-degree phase shift given by the inverting input terminal, output is positive, input is negative, output will become positive, and this positive voltage will make diode to conduct into the avalanche band. So diode will conduct, or this will closes the feedback path, or diode will goes into the avalanche conduction, and whatever is the voltage for which this Zener has been designed, that voltage will appear at the output. So that during negative half cycle, output voltage is nothing but voltage drop across the Zener diode VZ. So what we got here, output voltage is VZ. We have limited output in both the directions, positive as well as negative directions. Okay, in this way this circuit will work. So with the help of this we can see the input and output waveforms also. So these voltage limiters are commonly used in communication devices such as TV and FM receivers also. Okay. So now we can say that we can obtain the exact opposite results by reversing the directions of Zener diode. That is, V0 will be limited to minus VZ and plus VD. What we did here is minus VD and plus VZ. Simply when we revert the direction of diode, what we got is VZ at the negative and plus VD at the positive output voltage. So this is for this diode. So this is all about the voltage limiter circuit. Thank you.